Hello everyone, welcome again to the channel. Today I want to tell a story I heard from someone who was living in Mariupol, Ukraine recently. This woman was talking to one guy from the United States, and they were communicating for a long time. I know both of them, and he had plans to visit her in Ukraine, in Mariupol, and exactly um, as he was planning to land in Ukraine, the war started 2 days before he was going to take off from United States to go and visit her. After this, she kind of disappeared for almost a month. We didn't know much about her. Occasionally, we saw her online, so we kind of didn't worry too much about it. We kind of knew that if she was at least going online, she had probably she was okay. But it was all our guess. We didn't have any communication with her. We were talking to some of her acquaintances, and they also said that they didn't know much about her. One of the girls that knows her said that she just said that she was okay, that they were hiding in some basement, so most of the time they didn't have access to telephone signal and certainly not internet. So after 26 days, she decided to go out together with her family and started communicating. She first published a story in her Instagram. That's when I knew that she was okay. She posted a story and explained quickly how she was okay, her family was okay. They were planning to leave the city. There was some kind of moment where when she and some other inhabitants of Mariupol had the opportunity to leave the city, and she decided to leave together with her family. Um, and then she told me a story about something that happened when she was there. So the story is like this. I will tell the story as accurately as I remember. So she said that she went out of the basement, and after 26 days that they were there, trying to hide from the shelling that was taking part of this in the city, but they were hiding also from the military, from the Ukrainian military. And the reason for this is that, according to her own words, they don't trust the Ukrainian military in this city. And the reason for this will become evident as I continue to tell the story. So she came out of the house and she witnessed as some Ukrainian soldiers were murdering her neighbors. They were just running in a car along the street, and they were just with a machine gun. They were, you know, shooting at every house in the street. So fortunately for her, she didn't get in the way of the fire that they were doing. They were already moving away from her location, but they were firing on each and every house in this street where she was living, and they just killed everyone in the house of her neighbors. And she saw this, so it's a horrendous story, and she doesn't know why they were doing this. She doesn't know exactly what was the purpose, what was the explanation, justification. She just knows her neighbors were some people that lived next to her house for many years. So nobody knows why they are doing this. It's just one of those stories that she probably will remember all her life, but not in a very good way. So after this happened, I started to read that many people were complaining about similar stories online. And what I want to say is that she and her family decided to leave the city and never come back to Ukraine again. So they left to the Russian side and direction to the Russian side. And when they arrived there to the one of the independent regions in the Donbass, they were told that, according to their story, it was not in their best interest to ever come back to Ukraine because they witnessed what was considered a war crime. So they said that if they were going to ever come back to Ukraine, they were going to be judged like in a military court. They were going to be trial and probably even executed before given the opportunity for a fair trial, given the current political situation. So this is the advice they received. I don't know much about why they gave them this advice. I'm just telling the story as it was told to me. So my friend, who was living in United States, asked me to help this girl, to help her with some money so she could travel from where she was in one of the Donbass regions to move to Russia to get to a safe place. And that's what I was doing. I was helping her as much as I could. My girlfriend is Russian. I have many friends in Russia, many friends in Ukraine, several friends in Belarus. So this has been to me um, very very close thing, very close to my heart. And what I want to say is that the propaganda doesn't reflect the life experience of people. And what is very sad is that all of this is some plan that some wealthy nations come to war over the resources, the influence, the geopolitics, the geostrategy of the Ukraine, and the Ukrainian people is the one who is suffering the most. And that is just not fair. Nobody in Ukraine deserves this, certainly. And I just hope peace will come as soon as possible. Um, that's pretty much what is my hope. And it's a difficult moment for everyone in this planet. The world will never be the same again. And I think most people deep down realize that this is going to be the case. All these sanctions that suddenly came so quickly against Russia, and all this avalanche of hate against anything and anyone that is somehow loosely connected to Russia is just awful, because I was in Russia many times, and Russians are amazing people. I just love Russia. I love Ukraine. I love every country in the world where I have had the opportunity to be. Um, I feel very connected to these places. To me, they are just amazing places. I feel very connected. I have some empathy, deep empathy for all these places where I spend so much time, and I I just hope everything will come to a quick solution. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. I wanted to share this with you. And if you have any comments or questions, just let me know in the comment section below. And subscribe to the channel, share and like the video if you thought it was useful somehow or had some positive effect in your life. And if you want to share anything else at all, you have my channel and you have some ways to connect with me. So that's all for now, guys. I hope everyone stays safe, and I see you the next time.